Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. It is time for me to do my Roundup review. These are all of the products that I tried out in the month of November. I'm here to just kind of group everything together, give you the overview of what I've tried and my full thoughts on everything. As always, this is in no way intending on being braggy. I'm very grateful for anything that I receive or am able to buy myself. This is part of my job, trying out things for you guys so you have an idea of what's out there and what you do or don't want to spend your money on. This is just a way for me to be transparent, a way for me to share everything that I've tried. And the sun is coming in ablazing all of a sudden. Let me fix my curtain. There we go, much better. But yeah, this is just a way for me to be transparent on what I've tried and my full thoughts on everything. Before we get into it, I did of course film this look. I know it's behind glasses today, but the look is back there. Just for those of you who ever wonder how you do makeup with glasses, I do the same makeup whether I'm wearing glasses or not. But I did film this look. It's over on Reels and YouTube Shorts. Go check that out if you are interested. And then as far as my accessories today go, this necklace and this ring are from Ana Luisa. I think this is just a wig off of Amazon, and then this is a CC brand beanie. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about all of the products that I tried in the month of November. First things first. The Oden's Holiday palettes. I've talked about these so many times. Everybody's talked about these so many times at this point. I feel like everyone's been using these for a month straight. So I'm not gonna drone on and on about these too much. Everything that I talk about today has a video, by the way, in some way, shape, or form, whether it's on my YouTube channel, my Instagram, or both. So you can see everything in action. But I will just give a quick overview on these. The Hey Reindeer palette is very like colorful, pastel-y. I feel like there's a lot of really fun color combos you can do with this one. This one doesn't scream in your face Christmas, which is good in the sense that you could probably feel like you could use this year round without feeling like you always look like Christmas. I think this one's a lot of fun. This candy cane shade right here is my favorite. It's so pretty. And we have the Snow Dream palette. This is going to be your in-your-face Christmas palette. Even compared to the two last year, this is the most Christmassy. It's that classic red and green Christmas with the warm gingerbready browns. We have the mint. We have a really cool silvery holographic sparkly shade. I really do like the pop of purple. I feel like the pop of purple and turquoise kind of give it a little bit of interest outside of just in-your-face Christmas, but in my opinion, this is going to be your Christmas palette. This is where you're gonna do your holiday looks, things like that. I think this one's really fun. I call it my Christmas cookie palette because that is what it screams to me. I think these are both super fun. I personally love Oden's Eyes formulas. I love the palettes that they do. I really am excited about this release. They did bring back last year's palettes. I don't know if they're still available at the moment that I'm filming this, but I'll have all the products I talk about today linked down below, as well as any discount codes if I have any. Next up, I did buy the new Lunar Beauty palette, the Siren Sunset, and I'm so glad I bought this, honestly. It's so pretty. It is a cool tone dream. Even though I don't play with neutrals too often, if I'm going to, I love cool tones, and these are so pretty. I love it paired with these really pretty duochromes. We have these really lovely greens, these blues and purples. I think this is so sultry and like dark fantasy siren energy. It's so pretty. I think the formulas are really, really good. I really enjoy Lunar Beauty. I don't buy every palette the brand releases just because a lot of them do lean kind of basic neutral for my taste. And this one definitely did capture things that I like. I think it's a really, really good release. I'm very pleased with it. And I'm excited to see more from the brand in the future. Hopefully more things that speak to me. Next up, Salem Cosmetics came out with the Grunge Life palette. I think this one technically released in like sometime in October, but I personally received it in November, and it's beautiful. In my opinion, this is like grungy holiday to a T. Like this is so cute, so pretty. I really like the vibes in here. I think the shimmers are outstanding, and this metallic red is beautiful. The mattes are very pigmented and blendable. I love the grungy undertones that everything has. This is probably one of my favorite palettes the brand has done. I think it's really, really beautiful. Next up, I got sent the holiday release from Simply Posh. This was my first time trying this brand, and I'm really impressed so far. First, we have the Cozy Up Cheek palette. I've been playing with this for the last month. I think it's so pretty. I'm wearing the baby pink blush today, just a little bit of it. I didn't want a super blush heavy look today. Surprising, I know. But these are all really pretty. I've used every blush multiple times. I think they are a really good buildable pigmented formula. Like you can do a really easy light wash, but you can also build it up to be pretty intense. And I can use the first 3 highlighters easily. This one's a little too dark gold for my pale skin, but the other 3 I can make work pretty well. The white one's really, really white. Like it is beaming, it is popping. But I'm really into this palette. I think it's a really cute, just simple, easy breezy palette. I really like having a blush palette as well because I have just so many options in one little place. I'm a blush palette person. Next, we have the Cozy Cabin palette. This came alongside of the Cheek palette. This is their little Christmassy palette. From what I understand, they've done kind of like a Cozy Cabin palette in the past, and this is the holiday edition of it. So it's like the Cozy Cabin with a twist. They aren't the same. I never tried the original one, so take that for what you will. But from what I understand from people that have tried both, they're similar and very complementary, but they're not the exact same. They're not like dupes of each other. I just know I'm very happy with this personally. I think the mattes are beautiful to work with. I like that we had these rich grungy shades at the bottom and then the really cute kind of light pastel-y-ish kind of shades. Like they're not true pastels, just really nice light blendy shades. And then all these shimmers in the middle are so pretty. They're beautiful and shifty and sparkly, and I'm so into them. I think they are beautiful. I'm very impressed with this. I'd love to try more from the brand in the future, hopefully. Next up from Melt Cosmetics, they released the Christmastown leg of the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. They did the whole Halloween half in October, and then I'm pretty sure November 1st launched the Christmastown collection, and I love it. I only bought the palette personally. I didn't need the whole collection, but I'm so into this. So stinking cute. And then the insides are beautiful. To me, this is so representative of when Jack lands in Christmastown and there's just Christmas lights everywhere dancing along the snow. I think it's so vivid and bright and colorful. And it's Christmassy without it being so in-your-face Christmas that I feel like I could only do Christmas looks. I love the addition of the purple. I love this like swampy chartreusey shade. And these 3 toppers right here are magical. They are so glitzy and wet looking on the lid. They're unlike any shimmers that Melt has done before, and I would love to see that become a regular occurrence. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like this purple metallic as well. Their metallics I feel like are always just really rich. Like they just look rich and decadent on the lids. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but there's something about these toppers that just look so glistening and it's beautiful. I love the matte shades. I personally love Melt's formula. I always have, I always will. These are rich and blendable and I love it. I love this more than the Halloween Town one. I just think this is outstanding. It's one of my favorites they've ever done. Like it's probably in my top 5 if I had to guess. Next up, Fantasy Cosmetica released their Lost Library collection. I am so excited about it. They came out with candles, a fragrance, lipsticks. They've never done lipsticks before, and they did singles, 6 holographic singles, and they're so cute. The fragrance is so nice. I'm blanking on the notes off the top of my head. It just smells, I don't know how to explain it. Kind of, it makes me feel like I'm sitting in a cabin reading a book. That's not a good description. That's my vibe I get from the fragrance. Check the website for the notes if you are that curious. But if you're anything like me, even when I read the notes of fragrances, I'm like, I don't know what that means. I know that I typically lean towards sweet scents. This one isn't sweet in my opinion, but that's what I tend to gravitate toward if I'm reading the notes because everything else means nothing to me. They came out with 4 candles and the one that I picked out was the Secluded Nook. And it's so nice. This one is the aroma of tea leaves and well-loved books bring a warmth to this cozy corner. Oh, and it's so good. I feel like that matches the description perfectly. Took the words right out of my mouth. I am really impressed and I'd love to see them do more candles. I'm a candle girly. I love a candle. It makes me super happy. If you can't tell, there's always a candle back here. We have all the lipsticks. There are 9 shades and they're super fun. We have everything from various reds, pink, a green, and a blue. There are some cool shades in here and I'm really happy about them. I did do a lip swatch video with this on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, I believe, if you want to see them all applied on my lips, but I will like overlay the swatches right now and read out the shades to you. We have Buried, Forgotten, Hidden, Lost, Mystery, Obscure, Overgrown, Secret, and Unearthed. These are really creamy. I feel like they stay put really nicely and they're really comfortable. I was impressed with all the shades. I really liked the way all of them looked. Even the green, it's such a good shade of green. It matches this wig perfectly, actually. It's such a good swampy shade where it doesn't feel like weird green to wear. I love it. I think it's so pretty. I think my favorite shade is Hidden, just because it's like an easy breezy neutral. I could wear this with anything. I really like this formula. I think it's really, really good. And last we have the singles. These are so pretty. Again, they all have like a holographic sparkle to them. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell. Let me see if I can like do the mirror trick where you can kind of see the shifts going on. Yeah, you can kind of see that. You can kind of see how they change. They're really, really pretty. And then the holographic sparkle really shines through, especially like in sunlight or like direct light. You just get that multi-rainbow effect. It's really, really pretty. We have the shades Book, Codex, Grimoire, Scroll, Song, and Tome. They are so pretty. I'm really happy to have these little guys. I think they're very cute. And I think this was such a cute little collection of like just the singles, the lipsticks, the fragrance, the candles. I think it was a really well done collection. And it was nice to see them do something a little different, kind of break out of their normal theme, but still staying on brand. I'm obsessed. And I'm a book person, so this screamed to my soul. Next up, Unearthly Cosmetics sent me their remastered Fall Magic palette, and this is stunning. I love this. I don't know what they've been doing lately, but I swear everything has been like kicked up 100 notches. Their formulas, I feel like, are better than ever. The shimmers are so extra sparkly and whimsical and amazing. And like these mattes are just amazing. I love the colors. I love the pigmentation. I'm so impressed. I love the layout. I love these small pans and the sleek rectangle. I want them to keep this vibe forever. I think it is so nice, so perfect. I love this palette. I love the Sorcerer's Smoke when they did that a month ago, and I love this one. I know the new Dreamy or Dreamer palette, I'm blanking on the name, is getting sent to me as well, so I'm super excited to play with that one. I am loving what they're doing lately. But I guess unfortunately, on another note, they did also launch this Liquid Shadow Duo. These aren't for me. They're a little too subtle for me. I find that these just kind of pat away into nothing. We have the shades Willow and Thorn. Willow is more of the darker plummy one, and Thorn is this iridescent one. I used Thorn as an inner corner highlight, and that seemed okay, but applying Willow all over the lid, it was just a little too subtle for me. I feel like when I'm gonna use a liquid shadow, I really want it to have like sparkle and impact and shift, and these just aren't it. I don't think these are bad per se. They're just not like exactly what I'm looking for in a liquid shadow personally. I got a random package from Smashbox. Don't even remember discussing with anybody on the Smashbox team, but I got a couple things. Some of them weren't gonna be for me, but the thing that I ended up trying and actually loving was the Smashbox Always On Foundation. I've been wearing this every day the last few weeks ever since I got it. I do mix it with a serum that I'll talk about in a second to sheer it out a little bit more. I personally prefer more of a light to medium coverage. This one I feel like is definitely more of a like medium, possibly even full coverage if you went like full opacity with it. If I didn't sheer it out, I don't like full coverage. It's not my journey. But this one's pretty nice. I feel like it's a pretty natural finish. It's not matte, but it's not overly dewy. It's a pretty natural looking finish. I feel like it doesn't dry my skin out. Overall, I've really been liking it. It's probably the fullest coverage one I have in my collection currently, and I'm not mad at that. I guess it's good to have some variety, but I probably will always sheer it out just because even sheared out, it's a lot more coverage than I'm typically used to, but I do think it works really nicely. I haven't had any problems with it like application wise. And then on the next note, I got a package from Flower Beauty. Again, I don't even remember talking to anyone about this package, but I got a package. A few things again weren't gonna be for me, but these two things I did end up trying. We have the Skin Smoothie Radiant Glow Primer. It's like so bright white. It's like not showing up from far away, but it's just a little primer. It's very like hydrating and kind of just nourishing feeling. It feels nice. I've used this quite a few times. I haven't been wearing it the last few days because I'm testing something else out, but so far so good. I haven't had any issues with it. I feel like it preps the skin nicely. And then this is the Afterglow Luminous Serum right here. It's really nice. This is what I've been mixing with the foundation. I just kind of go in and take just like a little drop of it and mix it in my foundation. And I feel like it adds a little bit of glow. It shears it out a little bit. It doesn't affect it weirdly. I also have put this on my skin just bare, and I feel like it just leaves a nice luminosity. Overall, I think this is a nice little guy. I'll probably just keep it in my drawer for mixing purposes until it's gone. This was actually my first time trying Flower Beauty ever, and I'm impressed so far. I'm not mad. Is there anything else that I like need to try from the brand? Not that I like need new makeup. I literally just finished my declutter series, but palettes are coming. Stay tuned. I don't think it's up when this video goes up, but stay tuned. It's coming. But yeah, let me know if I like desperately need anything you think that I'm missing out on. Bella Beauty Bar launched a new palette and I'm so excited. Bella Beauty Bar is one of my favorite brands right now. This is the Bejeweled palette and I love it. I live for a rich, yummy jewel tone situation. I love all of these yummy dark mattes. I love all the beautiful shimmers. We have some lovely multi-chromes and just sparkly shifty things. This is so up my alley. It was so funny. I saw somebody random comment on my reel playing with this palette and they were like, I'm so sick of palettes that have dark shades and nothing light. I'm like, this is literally the point of the palette. Not everything needs light shades. Like this is literally the point, is to be rich and jewel toned. You can always grab a little beige shade that's floating around in your collection and blend it out if you need to. I didn't even feel like I needed to grab other palettes. I just used a clean brush to blend the edges, but I just thought that was funny and I wanted to share. This is meant to be a rich jewel tone palette. It's called Bejeweled for a reason. But yeah, I love this. I can see this becoming like one of my favorite palettes from the brand. I think they're bringing it back on a pre-order because they weren't going to, but then they had a lot of people wanting a pre-order. So I think they're bringing it back. I would pay attention to their Instagram for stuff like that. I'll have it down below if it's available. Next up, Ensley Rain came out with the Lands of Enchantment collection. It was a fairly large collection. I don't even have all the items from it, but I have a lot of the things. First being these two glosses. I'm actually wearing this one right now, Fairy Kingdom. But we have the shades Castles in the Sky and Fairy Kingdom. Castles in the Sky is this cute blue one and Fairy Kingdom's the pink one. I've worn both and they're really nice. I like the finish. It's kind of slippy, glidey. It's not sticky at all. It feels very nourishing. And I feel like they have nice shine to them. Overall, I like these. I think they're nice. I'd never tried a lip product from the brand before. I don't know if they usually have lip products or not. This brand is still fairly new to me, but so far so good. I also have some singles. This is an arrangement of singles I've received from the brand over time. So all of these don't count. These are from past collections. But these four right here, and then we have this highlighter. The highlighter is Rainbow Starseed, and it's like literally a pastel rainbow. It's so cool when it's applied, like in that line. I've worn it a couple times now, and it's so super pretty. I'll probably just keep it here stored with my singles though, just because it is the size of a single eyeshadow. But it is so, so beautiful on the eyes, on the face. It's a cool shade. And then we have the four singles. The shades are Celestial Fairy, Crystal City, Opaline Fairy, and Paradise. They are so pretty. I feel like they have really pretty shifts and sparkles to them. I'm really into these. I think they're doing really, really good with their eyeshadows. And then of course we have the Lands of Enchantment palette. I think this is gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful. It's like a pastel winter wonderland. I love that we have the combination of pastels into dark. We have beautiful shifty wet shades in here. So many beautiful like colors and finishes. We have some holographic shadows in here. This is a really, really cool palette. This is a pricey brand. Obviously you can use codes and stuff to knock the price down a bit, but there's a lot of special shades in here. It's a larger palette. It's gonna have a higher price tag. I know that's not for everybody, but I'm trying things from all spectrums for you. So I'm personally loving this one. If this is something you're in the market for, I think it's really good. I tried a lot of good palettes lately. My next palette ranking is gonna be probably the hardest one yet because I don't think I've tried a bad palette in a hot minute. Next up, Wicked Widow Beauty came out with a new palette. This is the Resurrection palette. It is so cool. I really like this packaging, the like stained glass. It's so luxurious. And then on the inside, we have 24 shades. This is on paper a rainbow palette, but I feel like they did do a good job with doing funky shades. Like we have some grungy yellows. I like this dark foresty green. There's some cool things in here. Like we have the lavender. We have lots of different tones. It's not just those basic primary standard rainbow shades, you know? And then all the shimmers in here are beautiful. Like I swear these are the best shimmers they've ever done, and they never had bad shimmers before. They're just so shifty and beautiful on the eyes. I'm really, really into this. More than I thought I would be, because I don't feel the need to collect a bunch of rainbow palettes personally, but I do feel like this one is doing things a little bit different, especially with these different shimmers. I think this one's really good. Love this little corner. Honestly, like this little 6 set right here. So pretty. Next up, I treated myself to a couple things from e.l.f. that I've been testing out lately. First being the Liquid Putty Primer. I've worn this the last few days and I really like it. I really liked the original Putty Primer, but when I eventually ran out of it, I just didn't really feel the need to like buy it again in that moment. But this is really nice. It feels so silky on the skin. I feel like my makeup lays really nice on top of it. So far, I'm really, really into this. And I personally like this like application better than the original putty. Like, I like that this is a liquid. I don't have to stick my fingers in anything. I really like this one. And then I have the Halo Glow contour wand. It's so cute. Mine's in the shade Fair Light. I love this. I've worn this every day the last, I don't know, 5 times I've done my makeup or so. And I think this is beautiful. I think it has a really nice, it's not super glowy in my opinion, but it has just a really natural radiance to it. It's not like super wet looking, but it's not matte either. And I think that radiance really allows this to blend nicely because I apply it in like my contour areas, nose, jawline, and it blends like a freaking dream. I love the color. It's like the perfect contour shade. This might become like one of my favorite contour products of all time. The applicator's kind of weird. It's like a little squeezy ball. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury something or other. I don't know much from that brand. But I'm loving this. I think it's really pretty. I'm tempted by the blush and the highlight wand as well. But 1, I'm not a cream highlight person. I just never end up being impressed. And then 2, I don't really need new blushes. And then 3, one of you actually said that you're much more impressed with the contour wand than the blush and highlight. So I appreciate the feedback. I might steer clear, but I am really impressed with the contour wand. I think it's so freaking good. And last but not least, we have the newest Blend Bunny palette, Machina. I don't know how the brand intended to pronounce it, so we're just gonna call it the robot palette. It's so cool. I'm actually wearing it today. I recently did my video on YouTube with it as well, and I'm super impressed. I personally love seeing these weird tones all together. I love seeing the weird olive greens with that cool yellow. I keep wanting to use that yellow. It's beautiful. This row of corals screams to my soul. I don't know why, and I just love seeing it next to the green and next to the purple. It's so aesthetically pleasing how it's laid out. This is supposed to be divided, like this is the human life side, and then this is like the robot kind of side, and then you can mix and match them together to create the like human robot cyborg kind of situation. I think it's really cool. We have our normal gradient that we see from the brand, but I really like that they did the shimmers kind of staggered. It's really aesthetically pleasing in my eye. And the shimmers are beautiful in here. So many beautiful shades. Cyborg specifically is incredible. I actually haven't worn this shade on my eyes yet, only because I knew everyone was gonna reach for the shade first. So I was like, let me try some other things out first. But I think this is pretty. I think it's a beautiful mixture of bright meets grunge. In my mind, this is like Serge's cousin. It's so pretty, and I can see this one becoming one of my favorites from the brand, honestly. It just hits on all the things that I love from the brand. I love the grungy tones, I love the weirdness, I love the brights, the shimmers just keep getting better and better. I am a big fan of the brand and this palette. And that about says it all for this most recent Roundup review. These are all of the products that I tried in the month of November. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you interested in any of these? Do you already have any of these? What are some of your favorite things you tried last month if you tried anything new? Or if you just rediscovered something in your collection? We don't always need to be buying new things every month. I'm not a normal human. Again, this is part of my job. I don't expect you to keep up with my makeup consumption. So feel free to like revisit old things in your collection. Let's romanticize the things we already own. If I was just an average human, I would love to be romanticizing my own collection, but in the world of YouTube, I do have to kind of constantly be on top of trying new things for you guys, but there's a lot of fun in rediscovering things that you already own. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave some green emojis. I'm feeling green. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And also feel free to subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.